Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day. And by great, of course, I mean profitable. Hey, my name is Brian, and welcome to another awesome video on Autobahn investing, where we work to make money fast, just like the Autobahn in Germany, flying through that on a Ferrari. But we try to do it safe, and capital preservation is key, and all those other good things, right? At face value, today looked like a complete shit show. It gapped down at the open. The market was down 300 points at one point, 300 and something on the Dow. NASDAQ was down another couple hundred points again. And then Chairman Powell came out, talked about inflation not being that bad, and things started to pick up a little bit. But there's a lot under the covers. Bitcoin down big. Ethereum and the other altcoins down massive. Even Tesla was down a couple, whatever. So on face value, it was a bad day. But when you open up the hood on the car and look under the engine, number one, today was necessary. But number two, there's a lot of good opportunities in the market and a lot of good setups held. So let's just jump right in and talk about those setups and why today, hopefully you got in on a couple of them. And hopefully you're going to ride that through, because today was a great day to buy some stuff that was holding up really nice going into the close. So we're going to talk about that. Hey, if you feel so inclined, love it if you'd subscribe. Hit that little notification button next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time I put out a new video. And got a lot to talk about. I'm really excited about it. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so let's start with old favorite here, Bitcoin. So this is the 12-hour chart, and it goes back to about the middle of January, third week or so of January. On February 8th, you can see the nice move here. This is when Elon Musk talked about, or it came out that 1.5 billion of Tesla went into this. Then last week when he talked about, you're stupid if you don't, cash is stupid and Bitcoin will, rule them all kind of thing. And the last candles for the last 12-hour segments have been heating up. And it looks like we're trying to, over the last, I don't know, 11 hours or so, it looks like we've got another 56 minutes on this bar that's currently being generated, trying to make some type of recovery. But you see the MACD, which is down here, has had a negative crossover about 24 hours ago, and looks like has further room to fall. The 50-day moving average is that blue line around 40,000 or so, give or take. And look, it definitely looks like it's going to try to bounce off of that. And so I do expect further downside here on crypto in general, but Bitcoin specifically. But here's the thing to remember. In 2017, the massive bull run that took Bitcoin to 20,000 or just shy of that, depending on what chart you look at, before falling back, there were 7 or 8 episodes of 30% or more declines during that 12-month period where it launched from a couple $100 to 20,000. Crypto is not for the faint of heart, and you got to have a big spine to play in this market, and you got to check the emotions at the door. This move now will take some people out. There's no question. But just remember, and this is what I keep having to tell myself, just keep remembering the fundamentals of supply and demand here. And when you're selling right now, there are people buying that, and some portion of that buy is being hoarded by companies, sure, individuals as well, but companies, hedge funds, people with a lot more money than I got, I'll tell you that. And they're not sitting here day trading Bitcoin. So this is a long-term play for me. I don't care what it does, other than to say, if it does breach that 50-day moving average and go down to the mid-30s, or even break that that $30 mark, $30,000 mark, I'll be using it as an opportunity to buy more, because at $60,000, and if it goes to 300,000, that's a 5 times move in your money. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But if we can buy in under 40, if we can buy in at 30, and it goes to 300,000, that's a 10x. That's a 10x move. So look, I'm looking at this as long-term hold. You guys know that. I've been very clear about that, and I will be using this the shakeout here, which is really, I think, the second shakeout of this bull run. We moved to 42,000 and fell back to 29, and that was back in the beginning of, let's see, when was that? That was the beginning of January. It was 42,000 and fell all the way back down to about the 28,008. So that was correction number one. Here we're in the middle now of correction number two. Look, if the past is any indication, we'll have a couple more of these along the way, and it's just you got to just ride it through is how I'm looking at it. My favorite stock right now is Virgin Galactic, and here we have an approach to the 50-day, which is around 36. I've talked about this for a while now, that this we had this pendant forming up here, and it tried to break out on February 11th, which failed around the 50. It breached $60 a couple times in the 2 weeks prior to that, but closed at 59.41. And that area between 58 and 60, let's call it, is current resistance, and it looks like it's going to come down and test support. And I talked about it before. That support is around $36, and that's coincidentally very close to that 50-day moving average. I hope it doesn't try to fill this gap down to the 27s, but it really could. And if it does, then this is a load up the truck kind of moment for me with Virgin. I already own a lot of this, but I would definitely be buying more at that point. And to ride this downtrend out, because I do see Virgin Galactic as a misunderstood opportunity. It's viewed as a space tourism play, and I think that is a significant part of it, what 2021 will look like for this company. But going past that, I think this, pun intended, the sky's the limit kind of thing for Virgin Galactic. So this is a long-term hold for me. I've held it since about June or July of last year. My average price is around 17. It's painful watching it drop like this. I'm not going to kid you. It's painful. But I do see this going to, in my opinion, for what it's worth, over $100 by the end of this year. Let's start with my options trades right now. QuantumScape, I definitely believe in. I think that, man, but that was such a nice setup the last couple days, and then today, wiped it clean. I sold half of my position, close to 70 in options, and was letting the rest ride with the March 19th strike price, which are dirt cheap right now, by the way. But this candle under the 50-day today, it gapped down below the 50-day and stayed there all day, closing well below where it opened, though up off its lows. So I'm sitting on this today. I didn't do anything with it, primarily because it did bounce off the lows. It filled that gap from a couple days ago. Volume was less today than any green candle we've had in our up moves over the last week and a half or so. And so tomorrow's confirmation day for me. I want to see this get close to the 50-day moving average tomorrow on a close, certainly north of 60, to give me an indication that on Thursday this can pop back over the 50-day. But anything down close to 50, I'll be exiting this position. I talked about AT&T for the first time last night, and this setup is really intriguing to me. It came down, it gapped up today at the open on a bad tape, and came down and closed almost close to the 50-day moving average. But the whole day it spent above the 50-day moving average. But here's what's really intriguing to me. This is the 5-day bar, and this is 5-minute candles. But you can see accumulation going on what is this? Yesterday. Oh, let me move this in. Hold on a second. Um, and every one of these accumulations started seeing buying volume coming in. The exception that we saw some down volume come in there, but then over the last 2 days, volume, big time volume coming into AT&T, moving it up. This morning on the open, big time volume, pushing it up. And then midday today, we saw huge volume come in. It spiked it up to the 2960 mark, and it closed down on the day. I'm really interested in seeing where this goes tomorrow, if it stays above its 50-day moving average. Because on the 3-month chart, it looks like a setup moving back up to the 3150 kind of roll. But we need to see it stay above the 30-day, above the 50-day, and I'd love to see it close tomorrow over the 2957 mark to confirm what I'm thinking here. Tried to do it today and fell apart. But next on the agenda is this setup, KE Holdings. Look, on the daily today, KE Holdings looked horrible. Just moved down 7 or 8 points on the open in the first half hour of trading. Stabilized, tried to pick it up a little bit, stabilized for most of the day and closed up above 70. This formation, this nice basing formation, looks like it's going to try to form a bit of a handle here. I'll be watching this keenly too. Could it move back down to the 50-day, in the next day or two? Absolutely. But volume is big time coming into this, and I'm really watching for a move above the 76.70 mark or so to confirm what I'm thinking here. And if that happens, then a quick move to the $85, $90 mark should be in the cards. And yes, I'm in options on this one with a March 19th strike. Man, and I feel like I got a gift today with Cody. I talked about this for the first time last night, and this is a beautiful base from November, early December through the last couple days. Started seeing pick up in price action, approaching that breakout point, which was the 76.69, 770, if you will. I said 76, sorry, 769. I'd call it 770. And it managed to, it dipped down below that today. And if you look at the daily, I'll show you, I was able to, when it came down in here, and these two candles piqued my interest on volume this morning. Now, volume tailed off for the rest of the day, but that piqued my interest, and I got in April 16th, $8 calls around when the stock was trading at around 760 or so and closed at 792, fractionally down for the day. Not anything to speak of, but certainly keeping this this pattern intact. And if you look at it too on the weekly, which I at times like to do, absolutely very much intact. A break above 80 should take this well north of 10 in short order, and I'll be watching for that in the next couple of days. So that's the stuff that's got me really excited. Again, today was a pretty poor move in terms of where the action was, especially for the first hour or so of trading. Things looked pretty bad. With the exception of QuantumScape, I'm feeling really good, though, about these setups remaining intact, even with AT&T, which I can't believe I'm talking about AT&T on this channel. I've been such a downer on this stock for so long, but this setup just looks like it's getting ready to move north, and I just I didn't play a much part of it, but I play a little bit of part in it. Play just a couple bucks in the options market on it to see a move above 30. That could pay off big because the volatility in those are cheap options anyway. So anyway, that's what I got. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude with a computer that likes doing this for a hobby. So don't buy or sell anything just because I said so. But certainly, if you find this interesting and would like to subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. And turn on the notifications so you're notified every time I put a video out. I try to do one every weekday. Sometimes I'm better at that than others, but hopefully you get value out of this. And if you do, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. But don't buy or sell anything just because I said so. That would be pretty dumb, but I hope you enjoy what we're talking about here and learn something along the way. Good luck to you tomorrow and tomorrow's trading, and I hope you have a great evening. Thanks, and talk to you tomorrow.